Here it is. The Lakers are going to send to get Minnesota's D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt in a trade that includes Mike Conley and picks to the Timberwolves, Russell Westbrook, and a lightly protected 2027 LA first-round pick to the Jazz. Also in the deal, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones to the Jazz, Nike Alexander-Walker to the Timberwolves. So that has been official, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, who said the players have been informed. So the Brody time is done here in LA.
Yeah.
Cappy.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive into your neighborhood Valvoline and let the expert technicians make sure your ride is in peak performance in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons. Breaking news by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
And here's another thing. The Lakers' 2027 first-round pick to the Jazz is protected 1-4. So 1 through 4, if the Lakers have that, they keep it. Other than that, it's gone.
Well,
We saw it coming.
with the Russell Westbrook thing, after what happened last night, it was pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. You know, the getting into a fight with the coach. This is a guy in Russell Westbrook who a year ago had no respect at all for the head coach. Even if he flashed his championship ring and said, "Hey, Russ, I got one of these. I coached this team to a championship. You don't have one of these. Show me just an ounce of respect." No way. There was no way that Russell Westbrook was ever going to respect that coach. Bring in a guy like Darvin Ham, who was a former NBA player, comes from a tough background, et cetera, is a physically kind of big, intimidating kind of guy.
Doesn't play that. He doesn't deal. He don't play.
Right. So the thing is that Russ behaved for
Like
the
Russ.
most part of the season. The early part of the season, remember when they moved him to the six-man
Yeah.
role? He was like, "Oh, a hamstring, can't play, hamstring," because he wasn't a starter. But then somehow Darvin Ham, I assume, got to him and got him to be a team guy. That wasn't until last Friday. Once Kyrie Irving made the announcement that he was out, and once everybody assumed that the Lakers would get him, and once LeBron, who always says, "Talk to Rob. That's Rob's department. I don't deal with that. That's Rob." But we all know that's a bunch of nonsense. It's just that LeBron doesn't want to hear from everybody that he's the general manager. So once LeBron starts talking publicly about, we should have gotten Kyrie, we could have gotten Kyrie, we want a player like that, duh, et cetera, et cetera. Once that happened, Brody knew it was over. I mean, they were talking about trading him publicly. And so once that happened, boom, he went right back to the same pain in the ass he was.
Wouldn't you?
But I think they've been trying to move Russ for a while.
Okay.
And I think that...
Nobody's shocked at this.
No.
Right. And I think that it just wasn't a fit. Now, I was the biggest Westbrook fan in the world. I thought it was going to be a good trade. It didn't work out. And I think that has as much to do with this as anything else. Now Russ is out of the locker room. Russell goes and gets those minutes. I don't think you're going to get much of a drop-off, if not an improvement. And Jared Vanderbilt is an athletic wing, tall guy, can play defense. Malik Beasley can shoot threes. The Lakers are definitely a better team than they were an hour ago.
Right. So even though these are not like superstar names, and who cares, you're saying that by bringing in these three guys, Juan Toscano Anderson, worthless this year.
Didn't play, couldn't crack the rotation. Great guy, by
Yeah.
the way, but couldn't crack the rotation.
Right. But so you get, to me, you get rid of Russ, you get rid of the pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's addition by subtraction. You're better because the problem child is gone.
And money-wise, too.
That-
the contract is big.
Well, that, and they think that if they get into the playoffs this year, they can make a run. The way they've been playing, they weren't getting into the playoffs. I mean, they gave up 76 points in the first half last night, 70 points in the second half on Saturday night when we were in New Orleans. You know, it's 146 points in 2 games, guys. You can't do that. And I think what they needed was to shuffle the deck, to get more athletic, which they did with this move, to get better shooting.
Good role
which
players.
Which they did. Beasley's a 37% three-point shooter. Russell, what's Russell shooting from 3 this year, Beto?
Russell has been picking up his shooting. That's one of the things that Minnesota was going to say, like, oh, we need this guy shooting. He's been on fire for 2 months, shooting 43% from deep since December 1st.
Yeah, which is a desperate need for the Lakers.
And he's shooting more threes and more, it says right here, more than 10 attempts per game over the last 10 games. So he's really, really feeling it right now. He just doesn't play defense for you. You're not going to have that. But then you pick up the guys on the wings, like you mentioned. Those guys are the ones who are going to come off the bench that you needed those kind of guys on the Lakers to give you that boost of who's willing to do the dirty work and give you a different kind of look.
You guys think they're done?
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah.
Done making moves?
Yeah.
What's out there?
I don't know, but
What else do they have?
they only traded one of the picks.